Now, Lembit, many people think you lead your life as a reality show. Is there anything fundamentally wrong with this former leader of the Labour Party in Scotland taking part in a bit of kangaroo testicle munching?
It's not just that, Piers. There are other food choices are available too.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with it inherently, unless you think it's going to be all about politics. George Garraway famously claimed he went into Big Brother so that he could share his political philosophy. Way wrong answer. You don't edit yourself. And when you've got, as you know, you have 24 hours a day of camera coverage, they'll take a couple of minutes and make you look the way that you want to. And here's the irony. The most successful politicians in the jungle are the ones who get pariahed for it. Nadine Dorries increased her majority, even though she went in the jungle. George Garraway won a by-election.
Right.
Whereas the other ones, they just got it wrong.
Fabricant, so here's the thing, isn't it? I mean, you look at somebody like Ed Balls, he transformed his public image by prancing about on a dance floor.
And very well, too.
So I totally get why politicians might be tempted to do this. And you yourself did it last year, you said, right, in the break.
You were asked to do
I'm
a Celebrity
I couldn't take the time off because of voting and stuff. The chief whip was really mean.
It's the point, Michael.
It is the point. It is the point. Well, I did say no.
Yeah,
to a huge amount of money, but I've been told I'll never leave ITV studios alive if I say how much it was.
Was it 6 figures?
I cannot say.
Go on.
No,
go on.
No, I've sworn to secrecy.
But on the point, though, if you are still currently serving your constituents, right, it surely can't be right. I'm quite angry that this Scottish MP, parliamentarian up there, thinks that she can just waltz off for a few weeks to a jungle and leave all her constituents behind.
She may be so unpopular, you know, that she gets voted off after a week.
Yes, I think that serving politicians have got a job to do. In fact, they've only got one job to do, and that's the one that they should stick at. Even if it only takes a little bit of time, as I imagine First Dates did. But no, for retired politicians, it's a different matter entirely. And I put my money on Stanley Johnson, actually, to win this. I think he's going to do extremely well. Or people on the fringes of politics. Remember, Carol Thatcher actually won the jungle. So it's OK if you've been there and you have done that, and now you're free. And Ed Balls, I think, is another example. But if you've got a job, if you're elected representative, you've got people to look at, you should stick with that.
Edwina, as I was watching Stanley Johnson last night, you know, his son is the Foreign Secretary. Whatever Stanley Johnson does, you may or may not think it's right, but it's going to reflect on his son. Will he be the sort of person who's going to think, I can't put a foot wrong because of that? Could he increase the popularity of his son, which even Anton Deck referred to last night, somebody who wants to be Prime Minister? I mean, is it potentially risky, do you think, for Boris?
I think you've forgotten that actually Stanley has 2 sons in Parliament, the other one being Joe Johnson, who's extremely well respected, who's a Minister of State. Stanley is his own person. Absolutely his own person. He is the model of courtesy. He is an extremely nice man. I've known him for many, many years. His courtesy, indeed, is going to be quite remarkable and a very good lesson to perhaps some of the younger ones.
I think he's actually going to reflect well.
Self-control, I think, is going to be remarkable.
I think he'll reflect well on Boris, actually.
Much as I love Edwina, she's just always been a celebrity. That's the point. You cannot pontificate in a studio like this or in Parliament because the public make their judgment on this. And some people have the skills to be a celebrity. For the others, the politicians who get onto the celebrity bus, they'll end up in Dreamland and Margate when they wanted to be in Parliament.
No one has boarded that celebrity bus more aggressively than you have as a politician. A lot of pictures this week of you and Alex Best, George Best's ex-wife. Looking like you might be an item, are you?
I was a trifle surprised by the learning of my own relationship with her. We go back 13 years, just good friends, Piers, and that'll continue.
You realise whenever we hear anyone from the world of politics say just good friends, we assume the worst.
You're so jealous, Piers.
OK, Michael Fabricant, Philip Hammond delivers his budget on Wednesday. He is the Chancellor, he is a Conservative, your party. What on earth was he thinking when he said live on television yesterday, there are no unemployed people?
I don't think he was thinking. In fairness to the man, he had gone round about 15 different studios, and I think it was a famous slip of the tongue.
That doesn't change the number of unemployed people.
No, it's a very stupid thing to say, but unemployment is the lowest it's ever been, and I think that's what he meant to say.
I've got a funny feeling Mr Hammer might be discovering the joys of unemployment quite soon if he carries making remarks like that. Thank you.
I love it.
Michael Fabricant and Lembit, Opik and Winnie Curry. What a stellar panel that was. Thank you very much indeed.
Fantastic.